Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to this channel and welcome to my first sketchbook tour. I started this sketchbook last year in January and it took me nearly the entire year to finish, so I'm really excited to go through this. This is the cover that I did after I finished the sketchbook. It's just white Posca pens. I think it turned out pretty cool. It's just a bunch of little doodles. And number one, this is the first sketchbook that I've fully completed. Before I started drawing in this sketchbook, I actually started drawing on loose printer paper when I was trying to get just into the habit of drawing. I've always wanted to, and I never had, so last year was really like the first year that I had decided to dedicate more of my time to actually drawing. Here I've got my swatches for the Ohuhu marker set. This is just the sticker sheet for all the stickers here that are on this page, and I just taped that in there for fun. And this is my first time using alcohol markers. I really like how they feel and I think they were really cool to use. So since the paper is really thin, the markers bleed through a lot, so usually on a page where I do markers, I'll do some sort of collage on the other side. I like the scrapbookiness too. This is the manual for the Tamagotchi pics that my friend gave to me. I drew the little Hello World robot. I really like how this one turned out. I like how the hair turned out on this one. Oh yeah, and I was watching Northern Lion play Super Auto Pets while I was drawing, so I drew his level 3 fish. I just feel like I'm in a very strange transitional period of my life, and it's kind of interesting. I think I feel like I'm and I'm, you know, the future is always not as clear, but I just think it's a really interesting point to be at, because I feel like, especially within the last year, there's just been a lot of significant changes in my life. So these are two quick little sketches that I did while I was in a meeting. I was trying to come up with some ideas for my next player character, and I really wanted to be a catfolk wizard, specifically so I could be like,
I cast prestidigitation.
well, I'd say for like the first month or two, it was just a fun experience being in a new city and exploring all of the new things. I'd say in the months that followed that, I sort of fell into this, I always describe it differently every time because I don't like to use severe words, but looking back at it, maybe I was a bit This is a card that my friend gave me. Don't ask what color the face paint was. Here's some random sketches. I didn't really like this drawing that I did in here, mostly the mouth, so I covered that up. And then I just put a bunch of random scraps of things here. I think this was like a reference photo that I was just copying there. Over here I have some notes that I took while I was reading through Atomic Habits. Just a few things that I found really interesting at the time. It really helped me think about the way I want to organize my goals. Here's a fun sketchy doodle of like a little town at nighttime. That's why there are stars. This is like a little reference sketch that I did. And then I drew these little puppies going to heaven with their little angel wings and angel halos. And they're all good boys, and that's why they're going to heaven. And then another reference sketch over here. I really like this eye. I love like the yellow and the pink. I think it looks so good. I drew this when I was getting all angsty about how much therapy costs. That's not how much it actually was, but it was like almost, yeah. Anyway. Here's some brownies. Here's some brownies. Okay, so here, I was gonna draw Ronnie, but then I didn't. So these are some old pages and spreads that I took from my old bullet journals. I used to be really into bullet journaling back when I was in school. I'm not really at a point in my life right now where I need this level of organization. I mean, for me it was mostly a place where I could put a bunch of my little doodles. And so I kept those and sort of tore them up and put them into here because I thought that would be a really cool place to display them all. I love this little cat blob so much. And here's me trying to draw a back without knowing anything about back anatomy. What the heck is this? I don't know. I have no idea. This is a sketch that I cut out from an old journal. That's my sister. This was a little sketch that I did using highlighters and colored pens, and I was drawing this sort of glass shelf thing that my mom has where she keeps all her plants. Look at this little capybara! I love him so much. I gave him a little cupcake and some presents. He's my little son. I love you. Here's a Steven Universe thing. I also did this with highlighters, and I think it turned out really cool for being made with highlighters. I tried to do that fisheye perspective thing, except I didn't like watch a tutorial. I watched someone talk about the tutorial that they had saw. So anyway, I don't think it turned out the way that I was expecting, but yeah. I really like this little stick figure person. That's cute. I like that. I also like these little bird things. Those are cute. Here's a bunch of self-portraits that I did. This is a little paper doll that I made, just as like a fun little craft project that I could do. I think it turned out really cute. So I specifically made it so that her ears can sort of change. So right now she's kind of got like a kitty ear situation going on, but you could also turn these out. Now they look more like doggy ears. And then if you just flip them all the way, now she has bunny ears. You can see over here, I was drawing out some ideas for it. I wanted to make like little clothes, so I wanted to make it like a dress-up doll. So maybe I'll do that again later. This was fun to do. I recommend making paper dolls. It's a great time. And this was a little cross-stitch project that I did. My friend gave me this like cool cross-stitch kit, which came with everything to make these little pushing cross-stitch patterns. There, baby's first cross-stitch. There's the back. The front turned out pretty good though. I think it looks pretty nice. I really like the colors on this spread. This is pretty cool. So I went out to a park I wanted to try drawing people as they walked by, but when I started doing it, I realized that I really don't like doing it because I don't like looking at other people in public. I feel like awkward and strange, so I tried to draw this one person. And then after that, I decided that I didn't like staring at people anymore, so then I just started to draw myself sitting on the bench and drawing with my little notepad. So this spread is mostly a tribute to one of my earliest drawings ever, and I really wish that I had a date on this because I have no idea when I drew this, but I just know that I was really young. And this is kind of like the first drawing that I was ever really proud of, and so I am still very proud of it. I'm happy that I made this drawing and that I liked it, you know, even though it's kinda... Yeah, anyway. I tried to recreate it over here, and it's kind of funny, because I think that, like, my original drawing looks much better than this poor recreation of my bad drawing. I mean, it's a good drawing. I like the drawing. It's nice. So over here, this is where I started a bit of anatomy study. These are just Proco's anatomy terms, and I was taking notes there, so it's just a bunch of vocab. There's the different synovial joints, and I drew them there. And then I was taking some notes on the bones of the skull, and also some of the muscles. There's some doodles down there. And then here I was practicing drawing the skull, and then also learning about the muscles of the face. And then I traced over this skull here so I could compare all of my skulls and see how I did. And basically all of these are off by a lot. I think I made the mandibles a little bit too long, but yeah. And then I tried to give myself little grades on them and stuff. Yeah, I'll revisit those eventually. So here I was gonna continue the skulls for the whole rest of the face muscles, but then I decided that I really didn't want to do that anymore, so instead I just started doodling a whole bunch. There's some notes on the 12 rib bones. This was my first time using a brush pen for inking, and I think it turned out really nice. I had a lot of fun doing these. These are some more anatomy notes. I drew this because I have horrible posture, and this is probably what my back looks like, and every time I see this, it reminds me that I need to straighten my back. And if you're watching this and you're slouching, then you should straighten your back. And take care of your body too. It is the vessel through which you interact with the external world, and you only get one of them, so you want to make sure that you take really good care of it. I love Sales so much. Their music is just so good. These are some notes I took on boxes and how to turn them in space and all that jazz. And this is the last page of the sketchbook. Yeah, really nothing too special here, just some random doodles that I did, and random scribbles, and practicing out the brush pen again. Let's see, I also have this page that I use to do swatches of the Holo Taco nail polishes that I have. But that's the end. That is the end. Thank you so much for watching my sketchbook video. That's so cool of you. You're so cool. I'm so happy that you did that. And I'm gonna post more when I finish it. Look, this is number 1. This is number 2. And you can watch that next one if you just come back and, you know, however long it takes me to finish. It's kind of a lot of pages, so it might be a while, but, you know, if you want to come back, if you couldn't have enough of that sketchbook tour, there's always a second one waiting for you. It's just waiting for you in the future. If only you would come back and watch it. Anyway, thank you, bye.